or fish anymore this year because I'm back up in Canada. But the weather's not too bad for the next week, so I'm on my adventures again, going back to the lake where in Canada where I had the 4112 mirror, and see if I can chase the record. So I'm not looking for load of takes as usual. I'm only looking for an handful of fish and hopefully one big fish. So this time I'm using not a lot of particle and no pack. Yeah, you've heard it, no pack. Even though pack catches big fish, but I'm just doing a boilie approach. It's autumn and I'm just looking for the odd one run, you know, 1 or 2 runs, and trying to get bigger fish. So I'm trying to eliminate the smaller ones if possible, but it don't always work that way. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just sort of giving it time here before I unpack, or I might unpack or I might move. Yeah, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of time. I picked 2 here and 1 there on the sounder, out about 100 yards out in about 14 to 15 feet, straight out there, which that's what I had on my head before I come here. That's where I'd be fishing, about 100, just on the sort of, it's not like a drop off, it just drops like a foot at a time, foot at a time, foot at a time, over a very slow gradual drop, up to about 19, which is like 200. But yeah, I mean, wherever the fish show, obviously I'd fish, as long as it's, you know, between the bank and 200. Yeah, the other spot looked good, and I've caught some good fish from there, but I didn't see a fish. Now, I see fish in other spots, but not there, and I stayed there for about half hour or so. Showed you on the camera. Spot on, the spot looked perfect, perfect depth, no rocks, you know, everything about it was good, but there was no fish showing. So at the moment, I'm going to give it a little bit of a berth at the moment. So anyway, I've gone about 1.5 kilometres down lake, into the big deep area. I've got one rod, well, I've got rods in 30, and I baited up onto 24 foot to 30 foot at an angle going down, marker in the middle and then going down. So I've got the opportunity to go in 22, 21 to 29, 30. Literally, it's only probably 40 foot. It's coming up, you know, nicely like this. So I'm on that ledge, and I've had fish to 40 pound for from this spot, and some good 30s, but the water was a lot lower than this, maybe 7-8 foot lower, and the shallows, there's 2 parts shallows on this lake, they were dry. Well, not dry, but like down to really shallow. So it concentrated the fish in the deeper spot when I was here last. So I you know, it makes a big oval lake. Obviously the fish were in like the main part of the middle. It's still 1.25 kilometres across and stuff like that. It's not a tiny bit, but it cuts the lake. It takes a good third off it, so it concentrates the fish more. Anyway, getting back to this year, it's not the case. Same time of year, it's a little bit warmer, and the water's at full volume against the dam, so all the shallows have got 15, 16, 17 feet, so the fish now can really roam. Now, what shocked me, absolutely shocked me, now when I've been here this time of year, I've always gone in the sort of deeper water, at least 16, 17, 18. Now I've put the rods a little bit deeper. I was out there drifting around and do a bit of echoing, a bit of touch along the bottom and just see what it's like and stuff. A couple of fish crashed not far off the boat, so I thought, well, okay, well, these fish are out here feeding, so let's pick that distance. It's about 110, I'd say. So I'm dropping by boat. I probably could reach it, but why whack it and reach it where I can go out in the boat and just place it and throw a handful of baits around it? That's what I've done. So anyway, I've baited it up. I only put about 3 key of mixed particles and about a kilo of boilies spread over the 30 and the 25 sort of feet, 24 feet. So just to see, I ain't overdone it, because I don't want to overdo it and then obviously cut me, you know, burn me bridges, say. And it's autumn, so I'm sitting here and it calmed off about half hour ago. It all calmed off and I'm looking out thinking, oh, you know, if they show, I'm going to see them now. I could see right out to the middle. Nothing showed. And then one jumped to me right, which was a good 250 yards down, and I looked and there must have been an 80-metre circle of fish 30 yards out amongst loads of rocks, maybe 5 foot deep, the deepest. And they were all vortexing and rolling, but they were a lot. I mean, I'm all set up now, baited and bivvied up and whatever, and it's like another half hour to be dark. Yeah, and there's stacks of fish down there, and they're in the shallows in 5 foot. Now that shocked me for this time of year. I've never seen that. But then the water's always been so low at this time of year, so the fish have pushed off the ledges and gone right down into the bottom silts, which obviously is their main feeding areas. So now they've come up onto the shallows and they're coming in, it seems to be, in the evening, and they feed. Well, they have been in the last half hour. They've been feeding in the edge. And to me left, that's about 300 metres down, there's a smaller group of fish, and they're doing the same. They're right in close, 30, 25 yards out, shallow water. They're not, a couple of fish rolled, but they're vortexing and swirling and sort of semi-bow waving and all that. So they're right between some, and it's really big boulders, like huge boulders. Some of them are like 4 foot high, and they're in between the boulders feeding. So they come in, feed in the afternoon. I don't know what they're doing at night because it's my first afternoon, so I've not had nothing yet because I'm in the deeper water. So whether the fish feed and as it cools down they leave the shallows and go down and then they start feeding in the deeper, I don't know. Or the smaller fish are in the shallows and the bigger fish are in the deeper, I don't know yet. Until I do like a 24-hour period, I won't really understand exactly what's going on. So I just thought I'd give you insight on what's going on, and it's the first evening. So if anything happens, I'll come back. If not, I'll check in the morning. Stay tuned, boys. Stay tuned. Stay on here. And like down here if you like the video. Morning, guys. Yeah, not a good night really. 0 bites on the first night. I don't know, 70-80 fish crashed it out here. I mean all through the night, from sort of like as it just got dark up to about 12 o'clock at night, there was loads. Like every 20 minutes they were crashing all over the place. They weren't like in one spot, they were close in, further out. And at first light on the marker, I've seen 3 fish roll over the top of the baits, right on top of the marker, right on top of the hook baits. So I don't even understand why they're not picked the baits up. It's weird. I've never known it to be like this, but Looking up and down, right and left, nothing up on me left this morning. I did hear the odd ones crash there last night, but a lot more to the right. First take, 7:30 in the morning, £30 10 ounce. And I got another take in the background. They're starting to feed now over the marker. Happy days. Alright guys, as I was photographing the 30, scraper 30, I had a double take, as I said. I ain't weighed it yet, but it's a big fish. She's off now. She's off the deck. Can you see it? Oh, that's heavy. That's looking £42. £41.8. Look at that. £41.8, second take. 2 takes at once. The other one was a 31 something, 31.8 I think it was. Look at that. This one rattles off. Middle rod on the IB over a stringer of IBs over loads of maize and chickpeas flavoured up in molasses. Look at that. She's so wide. She's such a wide girl. Whoa. Oh. Go on, girl. You are one dumpy fat girl. Yes! There you have it, guys. Unreal. Unreal, wasn't it? I fished half a day yesterday, first day. Obviously, I'd done a lot of research. I moved from one spot, didn't feel it in the shallows. Moved into the real deep, probably one of the deepest swims in the whole lake. And it was like 30, I mean it's 40 foot in the middle, but it's miles out. But for casting range and sort of dropping by boats, anything up to 200, like 30 foot, 32, 33 foot. So I had baits in 30 foot, 31 foot. I had baits in sort of 29, and then I had some baits, you know, scattered around on that depth. And basically the 29 and 23, 24 feet went. The deep one didn't go. But I'm still fingers crossed on the deep rod. So what I've done, last night there's a lot of fish crashing, and they were shorter. They were in the like 20, 19, 20. So I brought the marker back, even though I've had them fish, and you think, oh my God, why have you moved it? But yeah, like 9 out of 10 fish crashed in the evening and through the night were casting range, say 80 yards. So they was definitely in the shallower water. The odd one was at distance, and I think what it was is that the fish in the daytime, when the sun comes up and it warms up one degree or so in the edge, obviously the fish sort of drift in and they come up onto the shelves a little bit and they feed along the shelves, is what I see. Yesterday in the evening, a lot of them were showing like casting range, but I had bait at distance, as you know, and I kept on it. And it was sort of, now I've learned in a sort of 24-hour period that the fish obviously are at distance. They come in as it warms up, they feed on the ledges and stuff. They're looking for the last naturals and stuff, and the crayfish that are in the edge, and obviously it's a little bit warmer, so they're a bit more active. So, and they feed right up to sort of 12 o'clock. They were jumping quite a lot, and they were jumping, you know, casting range, as I say, like 80 yards, 90 yards. And the odd one was at distance, so I was at distance, so I wasn't getting them. They passed me and come in, and I think what it was, as it got light, the fish started to move back out again. As it got light, they move off the ledges and go down, and I think they went down and they drift. That shoal just drifted across or whatever, how many fish there was, drifted across me bait, bang, and that's because I didn't have a bleep all night, and they were well active, well jumping, well feeding. So I wasn't on top of them through the night or through the evening. So fingers crossed that I've brought it into the 20 now, 19 to 20. I brought it in now, it's casting range, and I've baited a little bit less than I did, and I've put one rod at 32 foot well off the baited area, and done a circle of boilies, like sort of 3 handfuls of boilies, and then just dropped one up bait straight down on top of that circle on its own in 32, just to see if they do move out or they're moving through in the daytime, because I didn't do all day yesterday, so I only got here. Time I sort of started fishing was around 4 and put bait out. Obviously you lose the early afternoon. So anyway, same old, as you can see, the essential IB. Yeah, that's what, and these are glugged up a little bit, they've got a little bit of glug on them, but they are IBs anyway. That's what I've had the fish here on. That's why I had the fish in the US video on as well, up to 52 pound. They absolutely love this. I mean, it smells like orange, like a clockwork orangey sort of smell, and obviously represents a nice orangey sort of baits. But yeah, get on these boys. I mean, obviously I wouldn't be spending my time if I didn't think that this was any good. Yeah, they're 15mm pop-ups, and I'm using the korda size 2 korda, and they're really curved. The back shank's really curved and the eye bit's really curved in, and using the clip-on swivels, and I'm actually using 60-pound fluorocarbon crimped, and I've got it at, I mean, I don't normally use that, but I've got that at about 14 inches, 12-14 inches. It's quite long. I'm just thinking the rocks there and the boulders, I just hopefully, you know, it lands and it sort of, it finds itself and finds its bottom, you know. I don't want it to sit on the rock sort of thing, you know. So that's my mind behind it anyway. And obviously them two rattled off, and a 30 and a 40, I mean, yeah, happy days. There's a lot of smaller fish in here, and no doubt smaller ones will come, but yeah, so it's coming over clear. We're going to get some sun in the next maybe 40 minutes or so, so that'd be nice. Wasn't cold, 10 degrees, 10 to 8 degrees at night, 14, 15 or so in the day. I think today's about that, and tomorrow's about 17 degrees and sunny and nice, and I would think the fish will come up onto the ledges and come up, and hopefully they'll come around the edges of the ledges, and obviously my bait is a little bit closer in, so hopefully tonight that they show and feed that little bit closer, and it's casting range, so I've got to keep going out in the boat. I mean, I have to go in the boat to land the fish. It's so rocky out there, it's unreal. I tried to reel one rod in just now, and I got about 5 rod lengths and whack, got stuck, and then went out in the boat, pulled it, and the lead come off. It was jammed and the lead come off the clip, so that was the idea of it, and it dropped the lead. Plus I got some really bad news. Playing the first fish, the 30 actually, off the boat, I got IS Free Spirit 200s, and for no reason, I was just playing the fish mid-water. For no reason, the tip just snapped off. About 5-6 inches of the tip just snapped straight off. I've been using them for a couple of years now, banging methods out and whatever. Never had a problem, but bang. So I'm still using a rod, because I can drop that with by boat, so I haven't got to cast it, but so I'm still using it, obviously, otherwise I'll be down on a rod. But yeah, so I'm a bit sick about that actually.
It's going to be a pain to repair, obviously, and get another one sent from England to Canada. But oh, I just heard a fish crash up to the right. So yeah, let's see how the day goes, and if nothing really goes down and I see anything show anywhere else, then still move on the cards. I will still move. You know, I had them decent fish. I will move if I have to. If there's more fish showing in certain spots, I will be on it. So anyway, sign off. Latest, boys and girls. Let's go out in the boat.
We're out in the boat just before dark on the second night. This thing is just, it's gone about 50 yards past the marker. That's the take you just see, just before dark. 36 on the button, 36, I can't believe it. 31, 36, 41, 8. Look at that, look how fat they are. They are absolutely brimming in this autumn weather. Temperatures are dropping, fish are feeding like mad. Look at them, look how big they are. They're so big. 36. Look at that. Pristine. We go up past 7 on the second day. 33 pound on the button. This was in 13-foot water, rod on its own, over 2 handfuls of white diamond with IB hook bait. Look at that. Unreal. Unreal. 4 fish, all over 31 pound. Look at that. What a session. Another 31 pound on the dot. This is the full fish tonight. The others were like 19 to about 23 pound. I'll put them straight back. But this is the biggest one of the 4. Look at that, another 30. Another 30 for the main line IB. This one's the biggest, £30.10 of last night. I think I had 5 last night from 12 o'clock till now, to about 6 in the morning. This is £30 10 ounce, biggest one. The others were 20s, low 20s, so I threw them back. I'm only trying to keep the bigger ones on the video, unless they're unique, even though they're all unique out of this lake. Look at that, another 30, knocks on the doors at first light. Well guys, yeah, last night was an absolute epic night actually. I think I had 7. I had 2 30s, and the rest were low 20s. I think I might have had one about 19, I didn't weigh it, but the others were like low 20s, 22s, sort of, you know. I put them back, I landed them off the boat, a couple of them, and put them back, and a couple of them landed on the bank. But yeah, this is my best night on this session so far. I don't know if you can see to the right of the screen at distance in the dark water, they're crashing all down the middle, which I haven't seen many in the middle, but
yeah, that's 40 feet. That's like 43, 44, maybe a little bit more. Might even be 50, like 45s and things like that. But they're crashing all down the middle, from right and left. Then another one just crashed there to the right slightly. It's probably hard to see on the screen, but yeah, they're well out. They're like, you know, they're like a quarter of a kilometre out. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen anything. I had a take about 1 hour ago. I had that 30, which was brilliant. The scraper 30 snagged me up. I went out in the boat and spent ages unsnagging it, and the branch come out of the water, and yeah, the fish was still on, thank God. So yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so nothing else. I probably disturbed the swim a little bit, and I baited up quite heavy, which I haven't done since yesterday. I put a load of boilies out, load of white diamond mainline, soaked up in the liquid, smart liquid, for about 2 months now, so it's really soaked in, so they're really attractive. And then putting the IB over the top. Yeah, again, straight in front of the rod tip at distance, they're crashing at the back. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up now. We've got 2 days of heavy rain and very strong winds, like 36k winds coming, and I'm fishing from a boat, landing fish and dropping baits and stuff like that from a boat, and on your own in wind like that, it's a bit too much. So I think I've done well. I've caught a few good fish, and I think I'm going to call it now, so make it a little bit easier on myself. I've been at it for now 2.5 to 3 weeks solid fishing now. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it again. Some good old fish, and subscribe down there, boys, help the channel out, and hopefully like this video, and hope you enjoyed chasing the record. Hey guys, boat all loaded up and on my way home. It's about 48 foot deep now out here. It's really deep. I'm about halfway. It's about a kilometre, 1 kilometre to the where the car is. Happy days. Until the next video.